See, I still have cable and I have HBO on my charter box, whatever. And basically, I was sitting there looking at the Saturday night movies, because Saturday night movies usually premiere like the newest movies on TV, whatever. I'm like, okay, maybe I can sit down and watch a movie on Saturday nights, whatever. And the Saturday night movie last week was this movie called Bad Education. I was like, I've heard of this movie. Did some research. This was a movie that was premiered at a festival last year, was actually supposed to get movie theatrical release. Then HBO was like, give me those rights. We're premiering on TV because, you know, Corona, we can't do anything. So I watched it, and then after I watched it, I was like, you know, I could review it. I don't know yet. Then literally like 4 days go by, and I've seen like every popular movie reviewer review this movie, and I was like, damn it, I could have this review out like Saturday. Fuck. Bad Education. This movie stars Hugh Jackman and Alison Janey, and is based upon one of the most biggest events that ever happened in school history. Of $11 million was taken out of the funds and was pretty much used for the lives of Hugh Jackman and Alison Janey, who Hugh Jackman plays this school advisor at the school, whatever. For the first 20 minutes, I was like, is he the principal? I was like, is this guy the principal? But basically, Hugh Jackman is the nicest dude. And the first 30-ish minutes of this movie, you find out more about him, how he knows everyone's name. He is the nicest advisor you could ever meet in your entire life. That is so unrealistic, but in this movie and in real life, it really happened. And basically, you find out him and Alison Janey are taking all the school funds and using it to, like, buy suits, surgery, and the past, like, years go by. And this shit really happened. And I thought this movie was downright interesting. I did not think of anything in this movie. I've heard things about it before actually watching it, and then I watched it, and like I said, it started getting all these reviews out. I was like, alright, I might as well just review it. So I actually rewatched it the other day with my mom and dad, and they really liked the movie. And that is when I know the movie is somewhat good and should review. Again, I thought this story was just interesting. I was hooked in the first 30 minutes of the movie. I was basically developing Hugh Jackman, Hugh Jackman, listen, this year pretty much sucks because the movies are being everywhere pushed, basically. So if they do have an Oscars this year, I'm going to go ahead and put my vote in for Hugh Jackman for Best Actor, because this man gave out top 5 performances of his career. This movie, he is freaking great. There is a scene with him and a mom and a little boy reading a letter. That's all I'm going to tell you. But that scene is literally the Oscar-winning scene for Hugh Jackman. I don't know if this movie could be considered for Oscars. I hope it is, because he needs to be nominated, and Alison Janey, who was really good in this movie. She was so despicable in some scenes. She wasn't as nice as Hugh Jackman was, but she is despicable in some scenes. There's one scene in particular, when you watch it, you'll know. And her family, her dumb son, is one of the reasons why they get caught too. Don't want to get into spoilers as well as that. But also, this movie has great editing. The editing, this is my favorite editing movie of the year so far. The editing was fantastic. I loved it. It kept the movie popping. It kept the movie interesting. The pacing was never slow. That's why it was so interesting, because the editing and the cinematography and the direction, all of this was A+ material. It honestly, that reason alone kept me really intrigued. It kind of reminded me of The Big Short a little bit with its editing, not with like talking to the camera or anything like that, but like keeping it up with pace, like beats, quick cuts and stuff like that. If you watch it, you know what I mean. But like I said, I was just interested in the story. $11 million was taken from this school in this district, basically, and Hugh Jackman made this school number 4 in like the state, whatever, like the best school. And then what happened? He's sitting there getting surgeries, buying suits and everything with this money, and it's like, dude, you are rotten, and like you hate him for doing that, because these are for kids, man. This is for school. Education is important, kids. I know this because I went through it. But basically, all I can say is Hugh Jackman, give him the Oscar already, if this movie can get an Oscar. Alison Janey, give her the Oscar already. I recommend this movie to anyone. This movie is seriously one of those movies that I could probably rewatch when it's on TV. If I had any issues, like I said earlier in the review, the first 20 minutes is basically just set up. You're just like getting to know everyone. Let's just explain this world. And you're sitting there like, so where are we going? What's happening? Are we gonna get into this plot, whatever? And then once that kicks in, once that girl walks into the room of his office, the movie from there on is like eyes glued, not messing with my phone or anything. Also, the girl who plays the student, she is from Blockers. I should have looked up her name because she deserved it, because she was freaking awesome in this movie too. I am gonna give Bad Education a super duper high A. This movie was awesome. I recommend it. It's interesting. I love the story. It sucks that it really happened. And this ending, when after watching it, I sat down, I was like, I need to look up more. When a movie does that, it sticks with me. You did your job, movie. Anyway, guys, you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.